here are the wheels that I have. These are actually the Tilt Stage 1 wheel that I painted myself. These are actually the only wheel that I used to, the only wheel I ever flat spotted actually. But you consider now I am a lot more aggressive on my setup. I used to be less aggressive back in the day. Used to bunny hop way less higher, do a lot of less stuff. But I used a lot of more manuals. So definitely losing a lot of manual. But back in the day, used to do like manual X stuff, and now I'm bringing back the tricks. But I used to be like 14, and now I'm 16. So actually, yes, I used to. When I bought this deck, I was like 12. So like 4 years ago almost, and these are actually the wheels that I used to run the setup. These were the V2 Tilt Stage 1 wheel, which I thought at the time was like, like free 2 and 1. Normally 1 is better than the free, but apparently not. The free are actually more good, and the 2 they don't make anymore apart from the flames and the UHR maybe. They're actually a stage 2. These are actually a stage 1 wheels. So they are the most beginner type of wheel that Tilt makes, but they are still have the same urethane as the professional ones. They just have a different design and a different weight to them, because these are actually a lot more heavier than normal Tilt wheels. So in my opinion, the Tilt wheels, these ones are good, but if you ride a lot of street, which in my case I do, you're gonna wear around, like, especially if you have a brake. So in my opinion with this wheel, if you're at a brake, don't buy these wheels. If you don't ride a brake, you might actually get like these wheels. But in my opinion, the 30 mil are like good, and they have a flat spot is super big. You're not gonna feel it. Like, running around is just gonna get better and better. But just put this one in the front. As you can see, it's a little bit of a flat spot, actually a very good flat spot. Look at that, like a street flat spot, like a skateboard wheel. And another thing with these wheels, the urethane on this wheel looks very similar to skateboard wheel. It's a white wheel. When it's wear down, it looks like a gum. It looks like a gum wheel. They're not the same gum as the gum I used to run, but they are the same kind of gum. So these wheels are actually 70 for two. So they are 35 each. In euros, I painted the core blue because I have spray paint that does that, and I with the marker got the little bit of blue on it, only on one side. The other side is with my signature on it, because I wanted to make like a signature product by myself. Tilt of course doesn't sponsor me, but I try to get sponsored them like maybe in the future. But for now, I have my own signature handmade wheel, which just says like frommonyhs. It says like it says like 30 by, and it says stage 1. And we have this one here. We have all the fluting around this wheel. It's super good in my opinion. It's super heavy though. It's a very heavy wheel. Actually, I think it's 320 grams one wheel. Two wheels actually, I think 560 grams. So it's one of the heaviest 30 millimeter on the market, but it's one of the cheapest 30 millimeter market as well, in my opinion. So this is a little bit of a mountain, because mountains are my favorite place to live and go to vacation. So this is a little bit of touch. And the other one, it's the same kind of, but it's not the same. This one is the other one. As you can see, not the same. This is a bit more black, and this is the back wheel, of course, because then I have a flat spot. They are so big, but yet so good in my opinion. They're a big boy wheel, pretty big, and the same mountain here. A little bit of a flat spot, spray paint on it. Same on the blue. Like the deep blue looks super good on the teal, like super. I like this like light sky, like pretty good. I have some free design like islands in my opinion. This is like an ocean to islands in here. Why the islands are black, I don't know, because the original color of the wheel was black. So I just put a sticker on it and just remove it. And this one actually say Tilt in this font that I made myself with a spray paint, and the stage 1 as well, as you can see. Stage 1, I like on the stage. Like, I feel like these are more premium this way, but okay. And you have a Tilt, handmade, 130 by 120. And we have the Tilt as well here, which is super cool. It's the same as the original, just on a different core. And these are, yeah, the same basically. So this part you're not gonna wear out. The wheel is gonna relay this way, so a little bit of overspray, but I still like these. So original color, as you can see, is like a And these wheels look like Advent V3R V3 wheels, which are actually the wheels that have like a free spoke. So these are like Advent wheel, but scootering version. And I like a lot of this wheel. The only wheel that similar to these are like the new North wheel, but the new North wheel, some people say is not as good. As you can see, these wheels are not perfect, but they are. You consider these actually cheap wheels, so they're not that good. You bear in mind, 30mm wheels. The only brand that makes good wheels and cheap is Envy, but Envy wheels are more expensive because they're 35, not on sale, 40, 50, 45 not on sale. So they are 90 euros. These are 70. These are still the cheapest 30mm you can buy, and they're made by Tilt. So Tilt is a good brand in my opinion. I never tried the forks, but definitely if you're at these wheels, you need a tilt fork because they fit amazing. Or a drum fork. Drum fork and tilt fork fit amazing. So one of the two, in my opinion, I prefer drum because so I already know these wheels are heavy, but the fork I want is one of the lightest 30mm on the market, but it's not the lightest. It is I think 230 grams. The lightest one, actually, the Aztec one is just 215 grams, so a bit lighter, and is the Aztec Aeromine or something like that. Is the biggest big boy 30mm by Aztec, which I'm now not running. The other fork that I bought it for, so back on the thing I bought for the new setup that we are gonna see in a few weeks. I bought the same brand as this, so this is a North 7 one. I'm getting a 6 by 12 21.5, so I like a park deck. It's gonna be like this by longness, like witness break ends, super short deck, and it's super wide, so it's gonna feel like a 7 wide to me, because it's gonna be super short but yet super wide, so it's gonna feel like a Saw and Daisy kind of deck, but it's a bit bigger in my opinion. And I bought also some actually not tilt Century bars, but a copy of them. You know, I want to support my local Europeans, so I bought some tilt. Actually, not tilt. I bought some Paradox. Thing they're called Y bar. That's a normal Y bar, and I have it in oversized, and they do only fit the modified tilt one I have. I bought them in standard this time, and I'm gonna cut down a little bit the tube because now I tried with these bars and it's pretty easy. Just cut down the tube. It's not super hard. These are actually 720. These are actually 690. So 4 centimeters taller. Doesn't seem a lot to you, but it's actually a lot in my opinion. I don't know if I cut like 4 centimeters perfectly or cut a little bit less, but in my opinion, I cut like pretty much the same as these, maybe a little more. But yeah, what I'm comfortable with, I'm comfortable with 670 is my perfect size for a scooter if I run SES. If I want HIC, which I don't run anymore, I used to run these bars with HIC, not these bars actually. I used to run the Auxilio bars, which are actually a little bit taller. They're the same as these bars without cutting it. Now I'm cutting it a little lower. They are 68 and not 67. So 1 centimeters doesn't seem a lot, but 1 centimeters is a lot more than what you think. So 4 centimeters is definitely a shit ton more. So it's definitely gonna get me back pain. So I'm gonna cut it perfectly and definitely gonna do it. Definitely gonna buy a saw in the future. Or for now, I'm not gonna do it, but I still want to do it because brand don't make good sizing in my opinion. Like they're too big, they're too